Good morning, everybody. It is Friday morning, October 21st. So, better day yesterday than I had the first 3 days of this week. I was able to air my grievances peacefully and easily, and I did apologize to the manager of that particular department. And she just said, I figured you were having a bad day because you're not normally like that. So, good to know that people recognize that I don't lose my cool frequently. And when I do, that means something, and maybe they want to pay attention. I don't know. So I felt a lot better yesterday after I was able to have a conversation with her about things that would help me out, that makes me lose my cool. And I know that other receptionists are dealing with that. So once I kind of got that off my chest and the apology, because I did apologize for my inappropriate behavior. We'll just say there were a lot of F-bombs dropped, and I was really pissy when I got a hold of somebody Wednesday afternoon. So anyway, that kind of is put to bed. Another thing that happened, and again, it's just like I can't not lecture when I have the opportunity. And for instance, GPS brings people into my office all the time for Navy Federal Credit Union. We have a bank in the building around the corner. And so for the longest time, I used to send people over to Centra Bank. And I said, maybe they have an ATM over there that you can use with Navy Federal. I don't know. But there is no Navy Federal in this location. Try them, see if that works. And one day a gal came in looking for Navy Federal. So I said, try Centra. And I said, come back and tell me what you find out, because I don't know if they have that. I've never talked to anybody. No one has ever given me the ending to the story in that aspect. And so she came back that day, this was 3 months ago, and said, no, they don't do anything for Navy Federal. The farthest away is Anderson, which is an hour away, and the their website says there's one in another location an hour away, and they don't even have one up there. So GPS and Navy Federal have things really screwed up. So anyway, there was a kid that came into the office yesterday and looking for Navy Federal. And so since I know there's none around here, I said, apparently the closest one that you have to go to is in Anderson. And he was like, oh man, that's a bummer, because I took cash out when I deposited my check, and I usually transfer money over to Navy Federal as kind of a savings account. And I guess normally he did it online, some sort of an online transfer. And this time he just took cash out, and so he was going to deposit in Navy Federal. And he was like, I'm not driving an hour to Navy Federal to just deposit this cash. And I was like, keep the cash. You will want it. And I'm like, there are problems with the banks. And, so of course I launch into all the conversation about what's going on behind the scenes a little bit, trying not to overwhelming too terribly much. And he's like, well, I haven't had any problem. And I was like, well, one day there was a blackout at Huntington Bank. I couldn't even access my app whatsoever if I wanted to do anything. And I know other people have had problems. And I went to the grocery store one day, and MasterCard was shut down completely. And so they were having problems. There are problems. Just because you haven't had anything doesn't mean that you won't in the future. So keep the cash, put it under your bed, stick it in your refrigerator, hide it, whatever you do. I don't know who you are, and I'm not going to come after you. So put it in a safe place. You will wish you had that cash someday. And he just looked at me. I don't know if he was really paying attention to me or not, but he was in his 20s. So he's one of the younger ones that have done everything online. And it's just like that age aspect scares me a lot, because there are going to be a lot of those people who are really caught off guard, because ever since they've been alive, there hasn't been much of a interruption or disruption in the internet, in anything where they haven't been able to access money, pay bills, do whatever. Us older people, we have a little more experience in that department. So I just, that was the best I could do, was give him a warning. And I'm going to just say the universe might have been doing him a favor by letting him have some cash in his pocket, because otherwise it sounds like he wouldn't have had any. Also, this is kind of for the ladies. I mean, maybe you guys know who Shapermint is, but a couple of weeks ago, I had commented that I was getting the urge to update some of my wardrobe. One, I needed to lift my vibrations, but also I just had been wearing the same thing over and over and over again, and I felt like maybe here eventually we might have something to celebrate, and I wanted to have some new clothes and some jeans to wear out on the weekends that fit me, because I don't have casual stuff. I don't have a lot of casual stuff because I work 5 days a week, and then on the weekends I just never want to do anything. But something was urging me, so I got some jeans last weekend, and I ordered some Shapermint, which is a couple of bras and like a biker shorts or something like that. But anyway, I ordered that a week and a half ago. Like, I know I got a notification that they had like printed the UPS tracking label on the 11th. I don't remember if I ordered it on the 11th or if I ordered it on the 10th. I ordered it sometime that weekend, a week and a half ago. And I have like watched that tracking every day since I ordered it to see if there was any movement, and there has been no movement whatsoever. So probably on Wednesday, I had sent a message and got one of the little robots online through the chats, and they were like, give it 24 to 48 hours. And I still haven't had anything. So by this morning, I was like fucking ticked, because they've had my money for 12 days, but I haven't gotten anything. And so I said, something had better happen today or I'm going to cancel my order. And then the reply came back that it was too late to cancel my order. And I'm like, bullshit. You guys have money. I don't have product. Something needs to change. And today. And I said, I'll be sure and let Tara and Denise know. She's the influencer that recommended you. I'll be sure and let her know how your customer service is. Because I finally got a hold of a live person through Facebook Messenger, which I think is a very weird way to do that, I guess, but maybe not. I don't know. At least I think I had a live person, not like the little robot iBot thing that you get when you do chats a lot of times. Because they're worthless. I mean, we all know that. You really do need a live human being most of the times. So anyway, it is a week of people being literally, like people being pushed far enough and finally like, I'm going to do something about this. And one of the gals at the office, something was going on with her, and she's like, this has been happening and I'm going to have to say something. And so there'll probably be a conversation between her and another person in my office today about her airing her grievances. I'm like, it's good not to do it when you're mad. There's a reason why they say don't do it while you're mad, because people don't take you seriously when you're like really super mad and you're just firing off really like angry comments. But I think they do take you more seriously when you're calm and rational and you can have that conversation and you can express what your real issue is. So anyway, I think that's it. Nothing specific. There's not really been much of anything this week. Oh, one last thing. Someone recommended yesterday, and I used to watch Monkey Works, and it's Monkey like the monkey, and WERX. He has his own niche in the truther community, and his niche is he watches all the air traffic. So I know he is ex-military, or I assume he's ex-military, or maybe he's not ex-military, maybe he's still in the military, but he has some sort of a computer simulation thing. So he knows which plane is going where, and he keeps an eye on that. And he said it looks like something is going on in Southern California. And he thinks it kind of looks like that maybe they're getting more military over on the southern border or something like that, because he couldn't make sense of what was going on. So basically, the video that he did yesterday said something about, is a big chess move about to happen or something like that. I know it had chess move in the title, but it's just so interesting how each little truther community has their niche. And this person does this and keeps everybody abreast here, and this one does this, and this one does this, and I'm kind of in the middle connecting people with all of these niche people. So we all have our job to do in this spiritual war. Whether you think you have a job or not, just the fact that you are educating yourself and want to know what's going on, that probably means that you will have a job in the future, and it will be a very specific, serious job, because you wouldn't have cared what was going on otherwise. So anyway, I'm just going to say, keep learning, keep being patient. It's going to happen. I know it's going to happen. Every quantum healing session I have ever had brings me to some sort of big event. So, and I do think that there's going to be some sort of big blow up before the elections, or on election day, or something, because that seems to be like everything is bubbling towards that. And, so it's just like, I know we're all waiting on bated breath. And that is probably why we're all very anxious and agitated, is because it's like you're just, So anyway, keep your cool. It'll be okay. We'll make it through this, and have a good weekend. Talk to you later. Bye.